DrayZera Uncensored with our co-host Jack E. Hyde. Yo, welcome to DrayZera Uncensored, and yes, we're gonna start off with a topic that's made our Jackie Hyde a little sad. Yes, let's talk about The Undertaker. Jackie Hyde, let's chat.
Oh, I'm so sad.
Why are you sad, man?
Because Undertaker retired.
Has he officially?
I think that's more tears of joy.
Has he retired? Do you think he's officially retired, or do you think he's hinted?
He's definitely retired.
All right, so tell us. So talk us through what happened. Talk us through what happened, because this will come out. This will come out in ages' time. So by that point, everyone would have watched The Last Ride by now.
He basically agreed that his match with AJ would be his last one.
Wow.
And yeah, they were playing all the little picture video packages where he's first getting all his tattoos and all like old stuff, and he's thanking all the people that have been there for him and helped him in wrestling, and yeah, really sad. Good though.
And you really, and like the whole Last Ride documentary, is it very, very good for any Undertaker fan?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, for real, man, like, here's the thing.
Being able to see the human side of him.
Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's good for now, like, with how far he is. But I don't think I'm happy he done it then and he didn't do it, like, years and years ago.
Yeah, otherwise it would have ruined the gimmick kind of thing. Yeah. That's like absolute madness. I mean, yeah. Oh man, it's crazy because
you respect him in a way as well, innit? How he kept it going for so long.
Thing is, right? This is my honest opinion, right? I honestly think The Undertaker gone on 5 minutes, 5 years too long.
Yeah.
But I more blame WWE creative and the Saudis just pumping, like, literally throwing in money to say, hey, we want Undertaker. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I reckon he could have probably had another 2 or 3 matches if he didn't do that one with Goldberg.
Do you think that effed him up?
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
That's been replayed on 2 or 3 episodes now.
Wow. And didn't the Undertaker said something about the match?
Yeah, he 2 inches away from breaking his neck.
Wow. And you know how that affected Edge?
Yeah.
Man.
Like, Undertaker's like, how old was he? Was like, what, 54 then?
Yeah, he's 55, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, bro. Yeah, he has to, like, and also he's not one of those 55-year-olds that look young, you know. He looks like beaten down.
Yeah, he's a big motherfucker as well, isn't he? To, like, fucking do all that stuff still.
Yeah, exactly. I think 100% he has to, like, yeah. So, what would you say his legacy would be in the WWE? Do you think he's, like, the last greatest wrestler that's still, like, one of the icons of wrestling? Do you think, like, we're losing one of the greatest icons in wrestling, and I think, like, there's a very small amount of people that can even, like, get close to his level?
I don't think anyone will really, like, because of how wrestling was back then and how it is now. I don't think you can kind of build the same kind of thing, if that makes... I don't know. Like, you could, but it's just going to be ripping off Undertaker.
Would you say that Bray Wyatt is a good example? Do you think that, even though he's his own kind of guy, do you see some Undertaker comparisons?
I do, but I don't at the same time, because it's like... I don't know.
Yeah.
That's kind of too... Whereas Undertaker was... I don't know, Bray Wyatt's kind of to break the fourth wall-y. Yeah. Whereas Undertaker's kind of more on I'll convince you this is how I am, like, all the time.
Oh, I see. And would you say that Bray Wyatt's booking has been absolutely trash, whereas Undertaker's booking all throughout has been as consistent as someone like John Cena?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He's kind of had to be, hasn't he, really? Like, with his position and shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, for example, like how Undertaker got eliminated in the recent Royal Rumble, where literally in the recent Royal Rumble where what was he eliminated by? Goldberg or something? I can't remember.
I can't remember
Yeah,
now.
it was like.
Was it Goldberg or was it? I thought it was Roman Reigns, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was Reigns. Yeah, it was Reigns. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Reigns, and that's when he had the match with Undertaker. That was the WrestleMania before this one, I believe. Yeah, can't
Yeah.
remember. Yeah. So
That was
man.
bad that as well.
I also feel that one of the reasons why I wish that he would have retired 5 years earlier is because his match, like the thing is that like I've been in on like I've Undertaker has been wrestling as the Undertaker since I was born. So like for me, I don't want Undertaker to be like a frail version of himself because that just ruins it for me.
Yeah.
So like last 5 years, man, I honestly think his last great match in terms of quality of match. Like I'm not counting the Boneyard match because that's like a
Mm.
cinematic experience that was 8 hours of filming. That doesn't count. In terms of
Yeah.
actual match, I think his last great match was probably against CM Punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that
I
was.
think all those ones with the smaller people are probably his best ones. Like he
Mm,
always had good matches, didn't he? Rey Mysterio, Shawn Michaels, the CM Punk one.
mm. I mean, here's the thing. I think the match against Lesnar where he lost the streak. I think it wasn't. The match itself wasn't that great, but it was just the
Mm.
ending that made it like a spectacle.
I think it's just weird, wasn't it? Because he just got the fuck beat out of him for like the first time, and then yeah.
What was your reaction when Undertaker lost the streak?
I remember sitting there, and one of my mates at the time had the fucking Undertaker, what was it, 22 and 0 on her cheeks, and then he got pinned, and then everyone just kind of sat there looking at the telly, like, and just like no one really knew what to do. It was really
Was
weird.
it like quiet?
Yeah, that was just like proper awkward, and everyone was like, what the fuck? And yeah.
Wow, that's just mad. Yo, man, like that is for real mad. So, what I'm gonna say now is, man, is that what we're gonna do is, I think that once I feel that what we need to do is we kind of like had a little brush over with the Undertaker. So I feel like, man, when in a future episode, I think we should definitely go through like Undertaker's legacy properly with Dan. What do you reckon?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely. And so, guys,
I'd say Undertaker and Kane was probably their best
bro,
storyline.
we should actually cover that. So yeah, guys, definitely. So what we're gonna do now, man, we're gonna switch over to Robert Bolton for the interview. So Jack, quickly tell us your social media, man.
Jackie Hyde on Facebook, and
Mm,
that's it.
so man, you could tell Jackie Hyde's voice. He's a very emotional about the Undertaker. He's not bouncing. He even his energy drinks can't save him.
No.
Nope, not at all. All right, guys, let's head over to Robert Bolton interview right now, and big respect to the Undertaker. Thank you, Taker. Any final words, Undertaker, Jack?
Undertaker. Yeah. Um. Well done. Respect.
Respect, my G.
Yeah.
Respect. Welcome again to DrayZera Uncensored, and we have got our special guest today. Yo, this is the man behind the music to my music video, Cut Them Loose, of course featuring this guy with some good old rockin' tunes in the background. I've known this guy for over 10 years of my life. Ginger and proud, Mr. Robert Michael Bolton, R.M.B. Yo, bro.
Yo, oh, it's a morning, isn't it?
I know, right? I hope you enjoy that intro.
Oh yeah, that was really good, man.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, man. Like, tell me. So you've so I've known you for over 10 years, but we met like in we met in a cosplay event kind of thing in Norwich. However, we let's talk about your music career. So tell us, for everyone, how did you start getting into music, and how long have you been playing guitar, etc. for, bro?
Whoa, already down with the down and dirty, right?
I know, just getting right in there, yeah. No.
Yeah, it's right in deep. but so basically, like the whole music thing, I think it sort of started back in what year is it? It's 2020 now. Oh, about 16 years ago, I'd say.
Wow, that's ages,
So
man.
yeah, that's like so. 14-year-old me was like crazing to get a shitty little Stratocaster from somewhere, and
Oh
I was
yeah.
like, no, you can't have it. Your hands won't reach round the damn neck of the damn thing. I was like, all right, I'll prove you wrong. It's about 2-3 years later. I'm sat there in high school with an acoustic guitar in my hands, going, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
And it sort of led on from there.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So Stratcaster was your first guitar, and like that does sound a bit BT for for a person of your age at that time. With that said, with all that music, with obviously you starting then, did you have any musician people that you look up to? So anyone you literally look up to in the music world?
So music influences, I think, yeah.
I know I'm going heavy early, aren't I?
Yeah. But I think that's a good thing. Put me on the spot here. It's like with most, like some of the old concepts I had for music was sort of based around the whole Tenacious D thing. So I used to listen to a lot of Tenacious D and Foo Fighters and shit back then. I still do now.
So basically, the late 90s, early thousands, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that era, cause we're actually about the same age, so.
Yeah, we are. It's like fucking hell. Oh.
I mean, that music video, the iconic video with that featured Dave Grohl in it, the one that the rock song when they were, I forgot the specific title of the song, like the greatest song ever in the world. You know what I mean? Yeah, that icon.
The tribute. Yeah.
Tribute. That's the one. Yeah, that was truly iconic, man. That's truly iconic.
Yeah. I think not only is that iconic, but that entire album actually featured Dave Grohl on drums as well. So
oh yeah, it shows you that man still got it on drums, even though he doesn't play it as much as he used to. But yeah, for real though, for real, I'll say that for real. Honestly speaking, you see those influences from Tenacious D, Dave Grohl, Foo Fighters in that. Do you feel that because they were groups that are still good, but obviously so much music has changed over time. Do you feel that you have any, say, more modern influences these days?
Funny enough, yeah. I mean, like if you look at how the music industry has changed,
and how so?
Over the past few months.
A few months. We talk about specifically the quote unquote lockdown era.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Do elaborate. Go ahead.
Yeah, as you put it, the lockdown era. If you look at it from that standpoint, like there are a lot of the mainstream artists. They're releasing music, yeah, but they're not like. While some acts are going, okay, let's just do a live stream gig every so often, other mainstream or bigger acts will go, okay, here's an old tour video that we have. We'll whack that on and say, oh yeah, watch this and raise money for charity. But because like I've been keeping an eye on Psychostick lately. It's a really good parody metal band, and what they've been doing is like every month or every 2 weeks nearly, they've been doing a live stream gig to raise money for different charities, including the ones which are like to raise money for research into COVID-19. And it's like, yeah, they've actually made a shit ton of money for it. So
that's pretty mad. That's pretty mad.
But I haven't seen any other mainstream. Yeah, it's like I haven't seen any other big act do that. And they're about the only ones that decided.
I know that Metallica every Monday they do something called Metallica Monday, where they do a performance of an old show, but they add a fundraiser tab on it.
Yeah,
So,
but to be fair, that kind of thing is like, oh, you can fundraise for stuff you've already seen.
yeah.
And it kind of feels lazy.
Oh, I get what you mean. So, unlike, for example, Code Orange, for example, so that's a band I like. A few weeks, I think it was a couple of months ago, they did an actual live show, actual live stream live show in an empty kind of stage, you know, but it was live. They were fundraising it, you know, stuff like that. You'd rather see performers like doing their thing. There's also like other bands like Bleed from Within. They did a music video with using Zoom call, but usually syncing it all up.
It works.
You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like I feel that like with music it's kind of fight or flight really, because even though live gigging, that's where most bands get their money these days. Actually, probably all artists get their money these days, because you know how record companies take a big cut these days.
Yeah.
So
I think with the whole thing of like, I'm gonna literally level with you. The whole reason why it's very difficult for an unsigned band or artist to get anywhere is because of the gigging situation and how bad it's gotten.
All right.
So like, it's not like, even before the whole COVID-19 thing happened, there are some new artists and new acts which have failed to get anywhere simply because nobody in the circuit was willing to take the risk. So it's like, that's half the reason why certain bands failed, to be quite honest. I'm not even gonna mention like my older ones.
We won't need to mention. Like, I know exactly what you mean, but we won't mention. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so you're saying essentially that basically they don't take the plunge, they don't go the extra mile. Like, cause the thing is that obviously, see, I'm more of a spoken word artist than a musician. Like, we all know this. I've only done I've only done one music video as of recording, right? So, but with you, you've done so much more. So what I'm saying is that, like, for me, like, you gotta keep going out there. You gotta keep trying pushing yourself. And I feel that the thing is that I've noticed musicians, like a percentage of them, they're just not hungry enough. That's why they fade into obscurity. Not just like local artists that we might know within our area, but also artists of a bigger standpoint. Like, I'll give you an example, right? Even though they're massive as hell, if you've listened to Green Day's new album, it's a crock of shit, man. It is garbage. Have you listened to it?
No, I haven't yet. I've heard like one track off that new album, and I was like, they just don't sound as good as they used to be. And it's like,
bro, they basically went, all right, we're gonna do 50 style music, but do it crap. And guess how long the album length is?
It's like, what, fucking 15 minutes or something?
27 minutes, a whole album. Like, what the hell's that?
Jesus
Are they meant
Christ.
to be some sort of pop group or something? Or trying to pad out content? Even KSI's first debut solo album is longer than that. And it's KSI!
See, with KSI, you're entitled for him to be really shit, but
it's actually alright. Like, I've got his album. It's actually
yeah.
It's alright. Like, KSI, if you're listening, I don't know why you listen to this, but KSI, if you're listening to this right now, your album is way better than Green Day's trash. And Green Day have been doing music longer than you've been alive.
They've played since the 80s, man. Fuck.
Exactly. It's a real
very late 80s.
It's so
Jesus Christ.
It is truly disappointing, for real. Like,
yeah.
Oh my days. But
mind you, nearly every band out there is going to have a bad album anyway, so you got to think this must be it for them.
Bro, the thing is though, it's like their stuff, I think they really hit a peak, like with American Idiot.
Yeah, I suppose.
But I feel that, like, And I feel that like in albums after, they kind of like chasing the flame, but it's kind of like fading into obscurity kind of thing. I mean, yeah, you're right. Every band does have a bad album, like even Slayer, and they
Oh,
always try and
yeah.
sound the same. Like what was it, Diabolos in Musica? That's a terrible
Yes.
album. That is an absolute garbage trash album. So yeah, I know exactly.
Well,
Sorry, go on.
it's the same could be said with Metallica. I mean,
Yeah.
they've done not one but two really bad albums.
Yeah. I mean, what would you say are
Fucking
two bad?
Lulu and Death Magnetic. Ugh.
Ooh, you don't like bro? Saint Anger's worse, man.
Yeah, Saint Anger's bearable.
Bro, what do you mean Saint Anger's bearable? Like what? The song with All Within Your Hands, like All Within the Hand. Kill.
That's why it's so good, because it's so bad.
No, I'm not accepting this. Like, I'm open to people's opinion, but nah, absolutely not. And, alright, I'll tell you what, right? Death Magnetic, I don't think it was bad, but I
Yeah.
felt it was kind of like alright, but it's handbrake on compared to how good they are, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
But no, Lulu with Lou Reed is the because it's not like it's like a solo album with.
Fucking worst.
It's so bad. Like, have you heard the "I am the table" meme?
Yes.
I am the table.
I would rather take a full Metallica album of "I Am the Table" than listen to Lulu again.
It's so bad.
I put myself to the test. I challenged myself to listen to the entirety of Lulu. I did. I immediately wanted to burst my own eardrums with chopsticks after. That's
And you know what, right? Here's the thing. Lou Reed does some good spoken word poetry in the past, but if you mix Metallica with Lou Reed poetry in 2011 when it came out, it's just hot garbage.
I mean, who the fuck asked for that? Nobody asked.
No one did.
For that.
And you know what's funny, right? The View, the actual music video, they cut 2 minutes of the actual song into the music video.
Yeah.
So bad.
Fuck.
Oh, it's just so trash.
Why?
So trash, like, and like, the thing is, like, at the time, so when I was, like, in my early 20s when it came out, I just didn't I didn't actually listen to parts of Lulu until very recently, because I just failed to acknowledge its existence, because I heard the reviews were so bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
A friend of mine actually wasted money and bought it.
What?
I know.
That person needs to return to sender. Like, it doesn't even matter. At this recording, this won't come out till ages, but at this recording, this person needs to head over to wherever this person bought it from. Doesn't matter that building is, like, burnt down or closed down or something. Just literally just give it back.
Yeah, so, look, just keep the money. Just...
I don't want it anymore. Yeah, so we're talking about like the music industry and like how like people have had bad albums, but going back to you, so tell us whatever you want to tell us about, say, your musical career from, say, when you had the Strat to where you are now.
Well, it's sort of with the whole thing, like when I got the Strat, it was a case of, okay, now what do I do? What do I do with this? I've been given this instrument of possible destruction. What do I do with it? So the natural progression is, I know, I'll find somebody to teach me how to play this thing.
Aye.
You'd think that's what any sane person would do. Did I do it? Did I fuck? I just sat there and taught myself.
All right.
It's like people always say, teaching yourself something is difficult. It is. Like, you've got to teach yourself all these different fingering positions. Yes, I know how wrong that sounds.
It's fine. It's DrayZera UNCENSORED, man. Say whatever you want. It's fine.
Yeah. So it's more a case of, okay, we're going to take our fingers, put them here, then put them here, then put them here, then put them here. And after a while, you realise you've learned all the basic chords you need to write a very shit pop song.
Oh, wow.
So,
yeah.
I'm like sat there in one of the little rehearsal rooms at high school with a buddy of mine, and we literally just write a shitty 4-chord pop song.
Wow.
That's never going to get any sort of airtime or release because, one, I've forgotten how to play it, and two, I've forgotten the fucking lyrics as I never wrote them down.
Exactly, yeah. And sorry, on that point, it's just very interesting because, like, you mentioned about being self-taught. There's nothing wrong with that, actually, because, so a good example, I'm a massive fan of Trivium, and Matt Heafy, when he was, like, a kid, he basically self-taught himself 6 to 13 hours a day.
Yeah.
And now look at him. Like, hell, he started, he was in Trivium from the age of 13.
Yeah.
And he's only a couple of years older than us.
Yeah, fucking, the balls on that kid must be huge.
I know, right? But yeah, so you go from high school, you did the shitty 4-chord pop song, and then what was the next step for you?
Pretty much just, like, behind working on, like, getting a fucking, B-Tech in performing arts, I was writing music and writing songs throughout that time and in the background. Nobody noticed until, like, the end of that college year. So I'm jacking off to access to music to study music because, why not? So I went there, and mate, it had some good and bad points. It's like, yeah, okay. So I come here to study how to be a better vocalist. What happens? I get thrown in the mix with a punk band. The vocal coach that we had for it was a total bitch, going, lose the vibrato, fuck off. I don't want to sound like every other generic piss pot on the fucking Radio 1, do I? Tuned like fuck.
Sound like every day. Yeah, like sound like that, yeah.
Yeah, like, if there's one thing, like, I can't really stand that much, it's auto-tune.
Oh my god.
It's just used everywhere. It really is.
100%. Like Matt Heafy's YouTube channel, for a piss take, he sometimes turns on auto-tune when he plays some songs just because he knows how trash it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, but nah, you're right, auto-tune is absolutely, like, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I get why some people use it, but personally, like, get good, young scrub, you know.
Get good,
actually,
yeah.
Learn how to hit the right pitches, hit the right notes, because that will make your audio technician's job a whole lot easier.
100%.
Because faffing around with auto-tune, in my personal experience, right, it's very difficult if you don't know the program or you don't know how you.
No, you're right, man. You're right. I mean, hell, man. If I can flip in, like, if I with barely any musical singing experience can find out that I'm a C sharp or whatever in the Cut Them Loose music video, then flipping hell, there's hope for anybody.
Exactly.
There's hope for anyone. So yeah, so you went from the access to auto-tune trashy teacher, and then do you want to talk about, like, any of the music bands you want, or do you want to talk about recent projects? Do you want to talk about what you want to do now? Like, go, whatever you want to say, go for it, bro.
Well, I'm thinking, like, what I'm going to do now is, like, because I'm studying the whole popular music thing at university, what I want to do now is actually survive the next fucking 2 years for it. Because, like, after that, I can pretty much say, yeah, I've got this degree in popular music. It's a BA. I can easily go into teaching with that after doing a teaching degree. Or I can go, hey, look at what I can do now. I can do all this cool shit with a fucking laptop and a bloody guitar, and just that.
You can have your own recording studio.
I essentially do, but at this point, the damn audio interface that I've got is broken.
Oh yeah, it's not the same. It wasn't. No. So is that the same interface that we used?
Yeah.
Like, and then basically you're like, oh damn, this doesn't.
Yeah, it kind of killed itself. Last month?
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So literally, we recorded at the right time because for all those that didn't know the context, we'll actually talk about this in a bit actually. So myself and Rob, we had a chat ages ago, and Rob was the first guy that I actually talked to because I've known Rob for ages, and he doesn't live far from me anyway. So I said to him, bro, I've got these song lyrics, and I've got this team that's gonna do this music video, and I said to him, bro, we need to actually like, create some music. Let's do it. And bro, that was an intense 4 or 5 hours. Like my voice, oh my god, bro, like my voice was exhausted, man. Like I've actually learned since how to do vocal warm ups. But like, oh my god, like, oh man, it was so intense. Like, bro, like, and it just shows you that like this shit ain't easy. And like you I think you dedicated like at least a week to like make something of like make some music.
Yeah, it's like after you left, and after I subsequently logged myself out.
Oh my god! Oh, that's another story. That's another story for another day. But go on.
That was great.
That was so funny. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So after you left, I literally went, okay, I'm gonna take a breather. I'm gonna start the full-blown work on mixing and mastering this thing, like in a couple of hours. So a couple of hours went by, and I fell asleep.
Oh wow.
So, like, throughout the rest of that week, I was subsequently working on Cut Them Loose.
Yeah.
And also doing, like, a full-blown website for myself.
Oh wow.
And a 1,500-word essay.
Man was multitasking.
Entrepreneurship.
Wow, that's mad.
Like, mate, I had that much of a backlog of uni work to do, but I still got it done.
Oh yeah, well, I mean that's
weird.
That's the most important thing, man. It just shows you like how the core of the project was, and like it was actually like, you know, Matt, what's mad, right? To this day, as of when we're recording, Cut Them Loose has hit about 1K views.
Fucking hell, that's pretty good.
That's mad, like, and that's like
a mad thing, bro.
That's a mad thing. Like, to put it in perspective, Cut Them Loose has got like more views than like most of my videos I've done since put together. But that's chill. I don't actually mind too much because that basically means that I don't mind whatever. Like, to be honest, I don't mind too much about views per se, as long as enough people are watching my stuff. And obviously, the bigger the views, the more people watch that stuff. And then, like, they may watch other stuff later. It's chill. It's like, it's pretty mad.
It kind of always, like, I mean, on the whole social media aspect of things, it always amazes me. Like, you can put something out there, it can be serious or as silly as fuck, and if people watch it and like it, it will travel.
It will.
Fucking hell, will it travel.
It will, man.
And I think that's what the video is currently doing, is it's sort of slowly making its way around.
100%. Like, yeah, like, you're right. And yeah, so yeah, man, like, it's crazy because, like, with like music and that, I think music is such a massive passion of mine, to the point that it's such a new world for me, but it's a very scary world, because the thing is that although spoken word is something that is difficult in its own ways in certain aspects, I've been so used to it on and off for 4 years, so it's kind of like if we flipped around, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I think, yeah, if we flipped the switch and I did a bit of spoken word, I'd probably find that a lot more difficult.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like, yeah, exactly. I mean,
with everybody's got their own comfort zones.
Yeah.
Personally, mine's music, as it turns out, and a little bit of voice acting here and there, but
100%.
Story for another time. But yeah, it's like, you know, you can easily go onto YouTube and watch like button poetry and shit like that, or your own channel, and see like all the different elements you can pull from there and go, actually, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
This could easily translate into some form of music. I don't know what kind, but, you know.
Faux show, man. Faux show. Like, 100%, man. But yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me then, man, I'll give you 2 questions. one, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? And number two, show us all your social media links, bro.
Oh, social media links. Okay, let's get the first one out of the way.
Yep.
Like 5-10 years.
Mm.
5 to 10 years is a big amount of time to go. Yeah, I want to have all these things in place so that I can.
Bro, time flies though. Time flies.
It does. Like, if we stick to the 5-year program,
yeah,
I will have actually released a proper EP, which I'm still working on. There's a demo version on my Wix website, which is wix.com/R.M.B has a home. It's all one word. There's a free EP ready to be downloaded with 4 different tracks. I think there's like a cover on there and everything. Should be fun. But I've also got my Fiverr set up.
Wow.
So if anybody needs like bass or guitar work, they can just go, okay, here's an amount of money you've got a week or 2 to record it. Just here's the idea.
Cool.
Get crack, you ginger bitch.
Cool. Yeah, for real. We'll post all the links down below. Like all these links you said, we'll post it on the description below, bro.
Yeah, I'll slap them in the Facebook chat.
Slap it there, or emails, all good. Yeah. Facebook chat. No, we're recording via this high-tech studio. I don't know what you're talking about.
Ooh, are we?
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, I'll drop you a message.
Yeah, no worries, man. But yeah, do you have any like final words to say to anyone that's trying to be, say, a budding musician or someone that is wanting to get into this industry?
A sane man would say don't, but I say if you want to at least give it a shot, by all bloody means. It's difficult to sort of get into, but once you're away, once you have a plan, once you're actually, when you know what you're doing and you know what you want to do, that's when it really, really pays off.
100%. 100%, man, 100%. Well, thank you very much all for watching. That has been DrayZera Uncensored. This is myself, DrayZera. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe and all that kind of jazz. And also, Broken Circuit Board, my book is available in the description below, as well as R.M.B, Robert Michael Bolton. All amazing links are down below too. So take care from myself and take care from R.M.B.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. We shall zera later. Goodbye.